Hello, you're watching News Mongolian MNB World. I'm your host, Ayondel Basanjo. Our top stories. Mongolian surgeons provide free heart surgery to Kyrgyz children. A concerning number of sexual abuse cases against minors was recorded in 2021. For other news, stay tuned. Mongolian cardiac surgeons conducted surgery on Kyrgyz children with heart defects. The cardiac surgery was completely free and was conducted within the Heart Project.
This boy's name is Dostan. He was diagnosed with severe heart defects when he was just 7 months old. Now 7 years old, his parents have been waiting patiently for donor organizations that could help them to get the difficult heart surgery, as healthcare and medical services are not that well developed in Kyrgyzstan. Now he's going back home after successfully undergoing surgery here in Ulaanbaatar. He was so weak and he couldn't run nor play like normal children. Even after a simple walk, he would run out of breath. I'm really happy and grateful to Mongolian doctors who have treated my son's heart. Now he can run and jump just like other kids do. This boy's name is Bilal. He's 11 years old. He came to Mongolia with Dostan and now they are heading back home together.
We learned 1 year ago that our son had an atrial septal defect, a hole in the wall of the upper heart chamber. Later we saw on the TV news that Mongolian cardiologists and surgeons are conducting free examinations in Kyrgyzstan. Then we decided to come to Mongolia, and I want to thank Mongolian doctors for treating our son. The Hunne Air company covers the airfares of these two boys as well as other expenses related to their parents' stay in Ulaanbaatar city and post-surgery care expenses. The project team plans to conduct surgeries on a couple of children from Kyrgyzstan in April or May, as well as in the autumn. Next year we are planning to increase the number of children we can treat.
Upon return of the children, the Minister of Health of Kyrgyzstan, Alımkadir Bishanaliyev, thanked Mongolian doctors and noted that Dr. Boltsahan has become like a father to the boys and offered them a second chance for living.
Dr. Boltsahan created big presents to the mothers of these two boys on the eve of the International Women's Day. He has visited our country before and conducted free heart surgeries. In April, we are also inviting him to visit our country.
Hunne Air is conducting direct flights between Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan. The two sides noted that the launch of direct flights will boost economic and cultural cooperation between the two countries.
The direct flights between our two countries will boost economic and cultural relations. I hope it will also expand cooperation in other sectors such as tourism and healthcare. Direct flights are like bridges between countries. It will expand human exchanges. Human exchanges will boost business cooperation. If we transit through other countries, it will not bring the same positive outcomes like direct flights do.
It used to take 30 hours to arrive from Kyrgyzstan, including a transit layover through Turkey. Now with the direct flights, it only takes 3 to 4 hours. As Bishkek Manas Airport hosts some cheap economy flights to other countries as well, and direct flights to Bishkek also enable cheaper ways of visiting other countries, according to travelers.
There is a concerning statistic that the number of children who have been sexually abused is increasing year by year. In 2021, 345 cases of sexual abuse against minors were recorded in Mongolia. According to data, 5% of the victims were boys and 95% were girls.
In addition, there is also the sad number that annually 4,000 underage girls get pregnant. In 2020, 11,200 pregnant mothers delivered their babies at our hospital, and 2.8% of them were teenage girls. In 2021, 9,554 mothers were admitted to our maternity hospital and 3% of them were teenagers. Doctors say that some of the teenage mothers were actually victims of sexual abuse. It is concerning that almost 300 girls are becoming victims of sexual assault. Currently, 317 cases of abuse against minors are being processed through the courts. The victims are currently receiving psychological and legal support from the relevant institutions. We have noticed that there are a lot of concerning conditions in their surrounding environment that can trigger these cases, like parents having an alcohol addiction, being unemployed, or not having any understanding of children's rights. Child rights inspectors say that there are a lot of cases of girls being abused by close relatives or stepfathers and suffering from unwanted pregnancies as a result. She also noted that some of the children who were abused for many years are having serious psychological issues that even after long-term psychotherapies are barely showing any progress. We provide shelter for 90 days to those who have become victims of abuse. During the stay at the shelter, we provide all necessary legal and psychological support to these children. Another serious number that arose during our investigation was related to minors getting infected with STD. Healthcare centers reported that 180,000 minors were reported of having STD infections. Healthcare experts note that health-related issues in school programs should be taught by healthcare specialists rather than biology teachers.
According to the Ministry of Health, on Monday, 161 new COVID-19 cases were detected nationwide and no additional deaths were reported. Now let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next time with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Goodbye.